everybody. My name is Karen Downy, and I would like to welcome you to our Unity panel. And first of all, I would like to introduce you to our members of the panel participating today. And that's Susan Jarboe, Reverend Linda, Dr. Pass, and Kathy Cronin. And my topic today is leadership. But before we get into that, I would just like to open with the Serenity Prayer. Most of you probably know by now that's my favorite prayer. It covers all the bases. So just relax wherever you're at. And thank you for joining us. Take a nice deep breath. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Okay, so usually what I do is pick from a card deck. And the one that I've chosen today is the Angel Metatron deck of cards. And the card I picked is Leadership. And the subtitle they've got is Answer the Call. And this is card number 8. And it's linked to the planet Saturn, which concerns duty, responsibility, security, and discipline. All qualities needed for good leadership. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of reading in this Metatron deck of cards. It's not just little paragraphs. So I read through it and then picked out a couple that stood out to me. So anyway, to be a leader means to be open to opportunities that always will come a knocking. It means being prepared to welcome change and growth and each new adventure as part of life's long journey. Leadership often entails entering uncharted territory and creating a new path for others who will follow in your life. You take no baggage with you, no preconceived ideas, expectations, or hopes. Just take yourself and your light. That is all you need for whatever is asked of you to be, or do, or say. You signed up for this, and you are ready. And I'm going to stop. There's a lot more words, but it was like, whenever I would think myself of leadership, different things I've led, classes I've taught, whatever, the fear always comes in of doing it right, learning something, just all of that stuff. And I guess I kind of look at it differently. And when I read that opening paragraph about the opportunities for change and growth, well, that pertains to me. It's not what I'm going to be doing for you as the leader. It usually is a learning experience for me. And then I loved the ending. Take no baggage. or expectations or preconceived ideas. I mean, I'll stop there. I love that. And, some of that, maybe it's because I'm older now, so I don't have to try to be perfect as if I ever could. I don't have to get it all right, you know. Um, and part of me likes shooting from my back pocket. And I'm sure I didn't like that in the past. Taking a lead, whatever role was, I would not go to school if I was going to be the one that had to say something about the spelling bee or whatever. I was the one that would miss whatever if I knew, I was going to have to do something that low self-esteem, self-consciousness, all of that stuff. So when I pulled that card leadership, but then I began to read, it's like, yes, I like shooting from my back pocket because I kind of realize every day is kindergarten. And the older I get, the less I know. So it's been a whole unlearning process for sure. And, what keeps coming in my mind right now, uh, my younger brother died very early on, like about 17 years ago. And he was very young, 54. And so I had to make a trip out to California. And I remember my sister-in-law saying to me the night before, "Oh, I'll get you a pencil and paper so you can make preparation for what you're going to say tomorrow." And I kind of like looked at her, and she says, "Well, you are going to talk." And it's like, well, yeah, but I guess I'll just shoot from my back pocket. And that's exactly what I did. It's like there's a lot of stress in trying to be prepared for everything because usually the unexpected happens. So, anyway, um, hopefully you get something out of this that you can share on. And I would love to hear what my panel has to say. And I would love if any of you out there watching, if you would make a comment and send it in to us. Okay, go for it.
I'll go.
Goody.
Because I was gonna say this topic just really hit chord with me. And there's a couple things is the fact that, you signed up for it. It's like, okay, this was part of my path in life because I always seem to be in leadership roles. It's like as much as I keep saying no, I don't want to do that, don't want it, but I'm always, you know, always moving up to being in a leadership role somehow, some way. And it's like, you signed up for this, Kathy. This is what your path you're walking here. And then the other one is, remember the saying is that someone told me at one point in time, we teach that which we're supposed to learn, and it's sort of is like, so part of the thing in the leadership role, it's not so much that, what I'm giving out to others, there's lessons in there for me too in that leadership role is that, learning to, as being a good leader, how to allow the others to step forward and come into their own power and their own light and not totally be the dominant controlling one, is that as a leader is bringing them up into that aspect. So it's like this really hit me because I've been shying away from lately, saying I've done all the leadership stuff my life. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not going there. And if you're going to push me in that direction, I'm not going to participate anymore. I'm going to withdraw and stay away from this. So it's sort of is like, okay, you can't just sit on the couch. And, it's like I gave you a purpose, Kathy. I sent you down here with this purpose. Now just stop shying away from it. And if you're called to lead, and that's what you're here to do, that's part of my purpose. And learning from that. It's learning what it is to be that leader and what wisdom and guidance can go there. So thank you for that card. I guess I needed to hear that today because I just recently had that conversation. Like, I'm thinking about stopping this one group because I'm tired of being the leader. So it's like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do to keep this going. So I'm open to hear what other people have to say about this. So thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
This, excuse me, this is so interesting to me as well. I have not had a lot of experience in leadership roles. I was a volunteer coordinator for a local gallery for a year, but beyond that, I've been a stay-at-home wife and mother, and so my leading has been with my kids. But when I think about this in terms of myself and leading myself, um, uh, gosh, I am opening up to this whole new realm where I'm asking myself, what does it feel like to be a leader in this situation? What does it feel like to, you know, be empowered in this situation? And finding that in my body. Where am I feeling it? Always, it comes down to the backbone, like I feel like there's this brace when I actually think about it. I feel like there's this brace that supports me and enables me to step forward and do whatever it is that I want or need to do in that particular moment. I have even been using it with these panel discussions because this is not my natural state. Doing these things, this shooting from the back pocket, not me. I'm a be prepared kind of person. And I'm having to get used to this. And so I just go to that place where I can feel that support and say, okay, what I have to share is exactly what I have to share. It doesn't have to be perfect. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next.
I'll go next. Leadership is a huge subject. And in graduate school, my focus was on group discussion. And so I looked at leadership quite a bit in terms of various ways people can lead problem solving and decision making groups. That was what I was looking at. And there is a lot of social science research on leadership styles. And is the democratic style better than the authoritarian style, and so on and so forth. And what the research would say is that your style of leadership should depend on several things. And things like how complicated is the task? How sophisticated is the group? Are they an experienced group or are they all newbies? And what what we found is that one's style should vary according to the situation. And so people have been looking at this situational leadership model and all the variables of it and so on and so forth. So it's subject to a lot of social science research. It's also subject to college curricula. You could spend a whole semester on leadership. And so this is a big, big subject. I liked the comment that was made, that Kathy made on the relationship between the leader and the other people. And the idea that as a leader, you may be setting an example for people to follow. As a leader, you need to give credit where credit is due and not take all the credit yourself. And one of my favorite quotes about leadership is from Lao Tzu, who wrote, A good leader is one who, when the task is done, they will say, we did it ourselves. So thank you for this subject.
Okay, I think that makes it my turn. So I don't really think of myself as a leader. And going through a seminary school, you had to go through all this leadership training. And how do you identify yourself as a leader? And why what happened for me is why I don't think of myself particularly as a leader. In my mind, the leader is the controller, and I'm really not interested in doing that. I like to have a plan and be ready to present. If I'm running a group or doing a talk, I like to have my part uh, done in a manner that I'm comfortable with. If I'm teaching the class, I'd like to know the information that I'm teaching. If I'm doing a talk, I want to know that I'm doing my talk, but always I want to leave room for everyone else involved in whatever that situation is. I prefer interactive things where we're learning together and exploring together. I prefer not to have any kind of real control. I often have like a lesson plan or bullet points that I would like to cover, but I think of myself more as a cheerleader, an empowerer, a fellow journeyer. I like to be a part of and learn from you as much as I teach you and honor any and every person in the group. So I don't know if that made sense or not. I often tend to be in charge, but I think it's because I'm kind of organized as a part of my personality, and things just kind of fall under that. But I don't try and take charge or present myself as any great leader. So there's my 2 cents for whatever that's worth, probably a penny.
No, I loved each and every one of the comments. And, so many of the things that in the past where I had to lead or teach, what I can let go of now is that perfection stuff, the fear of making a mistake. I remember back in the 80s, my first jazzercise class that I taught, and I forgot the little flower. Now, that was back in the day when you had to wear a flower and classes were all done barefoot. That was before Judy Shepherd Missett, started the business of jazzer togs and selling shoes and things. I went home. To get my little flower so that I would be appropriate. Wouldn't have to do that anymore. It's like learn the material and then just relax, I guess, is the big thing. And that was what I loved in the ending of this, with taking none of my baggage into whatever a leadership or a being in charge. I don't really like those words so much, but no preconceived ideas of outcomes of a situation or any of that. And being able to bring, just like all of us get to do here, with bringing our audience out there into the conversation and hoping that they'll like our little chats, and that maybe we can entice them into coming and joining us and being part of the panel, or making a comment with a question or something for us to ponder on that maybe we didn't think of when we were presenting an idea. So anyway, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, panel. It's an honor and a privilege to do this every time we get together. I learn so much. And it's so fun, and it keeps me from sitting watching a podcast. It takes me out of myself, which is good. So anyway, viewers, there's going to be a lot of little links at the end. Please give us a like and subscribe if you so feel like doing that. But most of all, don't be afraid. Come and join us. I mean, I took the plunge, and most recently, Dr. Pass took the plunge and is a newbie on the block. And hey, if we can do it, you can do it. And we would love to have your energy interjected with the rest of us, because we really do have fun. So again, thank you for joining us. And we will all say goodbye.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.